internet sensation presidential candidate. He's been gaining traction over the web recently. I really like the guy. I like his policy platform. And he went on Fox News talking to Laura Ingraham, and they got into a nice little debate back and forth. So check that out real quick. And pay extra close attention to the arguments that are presented.
I want to read you a statement, hold on, Andrew, that you made just a few weeks ago to Newsweek. You said, when I've talked to Trump voters around the country, they've said that they're disappointed in what they've gotten from the administration. They feel like a lot of it was bluster and hot air. But a recent Goldman Sachs study found that wage growth has picked up sharply. Bottom 50% of wage earners are making more. Consumer confidence is up. Got other metrics up at 71% since the beginning of polling on confidence in the economy. People think things are going to get better. So this idea that nothing's working with Trump, I just think that's an overstatement at best.
Well, I've been around the country now, and a lot of people don't feel like they're connected to a lot of the statistics that are coming out. And if you remember Donald Trump, the candidate in 2015, he said that a lot of these headline unemployment numbers were misleading and they don't report what's happening on the ground. And then now that he's in the White House, he's singing a very different tune. The experience I'm having when I talk to voters around the country is that 78% of them are living paycheck to paycheck, 57% can't afford an unexpected $500 bill.
I think you're right about that. There's a lot of people who still are vulnerable. They're still feeling insecure. But this has been going on for, what, 20 years? They've had flatlining income for 18 years preceding Trump. Finally, it's going up. But it's back to leadership, though, Andrew, because I think you're someone, I don't maybe agree with you, but you're someone who seems like you want to solve things. You want to solve problems, and I respect that. Forbes says the top 5 cities in the United States with the largest homeless populations are the following. It's not surprising. So New York, L.A., Seattle, San Diego, San Jose. Now, 4 of 5 of these cities are run by Democrats. So how is liberal governance working out for these cities? I mean, my hometown of Hartford, outside of Hartford, Connecticut, but Hartford, Connecticut, it's having real problems, had problems for a long time. Always liberal leadership in Hartford. Detroit, Chicago has big challenges. It's not like these are raging conservative districts of the country, Andrew.
Now, that's one reason why we need to build a trickle-up economy that works for everyone by putting economic resources directly into people's hands. Because we're in the midst of this winner-take-all economy. You can certainly see it in our urban areas where there are rich and poor living next to each other in very different circumstances. And unfortunately, the dynamics of our economy are just going to become even more extremely polarized as technology starts transforming industries like retail, transportation, food service, and on and on. So we need to wake up to the fact that we're in the midst of the greatest economic transformation in our country's history and start moving in a direction of just putting economic resources directly into our hands because we're the owners and shareholders of this country.
That's the problem. I mean, did anyone give you a handout to start or work at Manhattan Prep? You started that, right? Was that your baby?
No, well, that was my baby, and we've all had a hand in different ways.
Yeah, well, you did really well. You were really, I mean, you're a really successful entrepreneur, and you work really hard, and everyone gets help. But did anyone hand you $1,000 to get you going? I mean,
well, a lot of people, including entrepreneurs, have something in the way
of family support. You're a capitalist, in other words. Yeah, you're a successful capitalist, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, You've become a huge success because of the market and because of your hard work and because of your work ethic. All of that together, your family, I imagine. Not everybody has a family who supports them, but that combined to really work for you.
Well, and that's the great thing about putting these economic resources into our hands is it'll give more people an opportunity to start businesses. It would create 2 million new jobs in the economy. It would reward hard work. Because right now, many Americans might have a great idea, but they're stuck with their heads down and they're not able to build around them and build a new business.
I maintain this is the best time in my lifetime to be an American. If you want to work and you want a job, the sky is the limit right now, I think.
I love how we start off spouting this myth, this great, beautiful myth about the amazing, wonderful world of the Trump economy, right? So we start off spouting all this nonsense. Well, unemployment rates are at the lowest in recorded history. Well, the stock markets are absolutely booming. Well, wages, according to a Goldman Sachs study, are actually rising through the roof. Everything's so grand and great. If you want a job, you can get it. If you want to make a business and make millions, you can get it. If you want success in this Trump economy, you can get it. All you need to do is work hard. All you need to do is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's no excuse. It's just such a myth. So number one, those unemployment rates, of course, are completely useless. Even Trump himself campaigned on the fact that they are useless, and Andrew Yang went on to point that out in his rebuttal. And then a Goldman Sachs study. No, I'm not going to believe a Goldman Sachs study to paint the economic picture of middle-class America. And then stock markets, of course, have no real effect on the vast majority of Americans as well. So, no, everything you just said is basically useless. The Trump economy is not working for average Americans, as Andrew went on to rebut. No, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. No, 7 million people have become uninsured after Trump has gotten into office. Well, no, the student loan crisis is continuing to balloon. Students are not going to be able to get higher education now without breaking their wallets and going into major amounts of debt. So no, this America is not working for everybody. In fact, it's only working for a select elite few. That's the reality, and Andrew Yang went on to beautifully point that out. And then how she responded to that? Well, I mean, yeah, but like, it's been that way since Obama, so like, F it, dog. What? That's so stupid. Like, and again, she's hinting at a very common thing across right-wing arguments where they talk about, I mean, yeah, but like, Obama did the same thing, so how are you going to change that? Because you're clearly Obama. Y'all are clearly the same person because you have a D in front of your name. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's this binary way of viewing politics where all of a sudden Andrew Yang is the same person as Barack Obama. All of a sudden Andrew Yang has the same exact platform as Barack Obama, which couldn't be further from the truth. Barack Obama, until literally a year or two ago, came out in support of universal basic income. During his presidency, he would have never, ever even hinted at the idea of supporting a UBI. But Andrew's been about that since the jump. That's the difference. That's the major difference, along a variety of other issues. They are completely different on the political spectrum. But all of a sudden, he's supposed to be the same exact person as Barack Obama. All of a sudden, in a Andrew Yang economy, we're still going to have the same types of economic inequality and destruction as under Obama, which is basically a lot closer to the right in terms of economics than he would be to a real progressive. That makes perfect sense, Laura Ingraham. That makes perfect sense. And then how's Yang respond to that? How's he respond to that nonsense? Hey, I mean, yeah, you know, UBI. Go progressive policy. I love how he just stuck to his policy throughout the whole interview. I thought that was beautiful. And then, again, kind of another example of this right-wing vapid argument about this binary way of viewing politics. Republican and Democrat were all in the same box. She brought up the 5 cities with the greatest homeless population. And guess what? 4 out of 5 of them are run by Democrats. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. So, first of all, most cities in the country are run by Democrats. Most cities, regardless of if they have a large homeless population or a smaller homeless population, are run by Democrats. That's simply the way politics works in America. But then on top of that, cities have the most people. Therefore, they will probably have the most homeless people as well. That is the most ridiculous argument. Correlation is not causation. That is just literally a toddler can make that argument. And again, I miss the days when they just tried to make an actual argument. So stupid. And then Andrew Yang responds with, I mean, yeah, you know, UBI, dog. Yeah, UBI. Power in the hands of the people. Yeah, hoorah. Progressive policy. I love that. And then finally, her last ridiculous argument throughout the whole segment was, I mean, yeah, so UBI, social safety net, so you support handouts. Handouts. I mean, you didn't get a handout, right? When you made your millions in whatever company Andrew Yang came from, you never got a handout. Why do you need handouts? Why can't people just work hard and have success? This is a bustling economy. That argument, it's just so baseless. And it's so, on top of that, it's so disingenuous. It's so insensitive to the realities of America. In this America, it's not a meritocracy. This is not a place where you simply work hard and get rewarded. If this was the place where you simply worked hard and got rewarded, there would be so many millionaires. There would be so many billionaires. There would be so many elite. But that's not the way an American economy works. It's not the way a capitalist economy works. In this capitalist economy where there's so little regulation, where the wealthy are taxed at lower rates, the corporates, many corporations are allowed to pay a net zero in taxes. In this type of economy, in this type of country, you need a handout. You need the lower classes to have some type of support, because all of the elite are going to continue to capitalize. They're going to continue to make their billions. That's the flaw of capitalism. And that's fine, right? You worked your way to the top, or your father or your grandfather worked their way to the top. That's the way it is. But at least in this society, you can give a portion of your money to contribute back to the same society which allowed you to get to where you are. And then have a situation where everybody has an equal opportunity to success. Whether it be Bill Gates' children, whether it be Jeff Bezos' children, whether it be somebody like me, a working class family's kid just coming out here trying to make a buck on YouTube, trying to do what he has to do, right? And that's the difference. That's the difference. And it's not a handout. That's a dirty word. That's insinuating that these people aren't working hard, that they're not going to take that $1,000 per month that Andrew Yang proposed, that they're not going to take a Medicare for all benefit, that they're not going to take tuition-free public college universities, that they're not going to take these progressive platforms and do something with it. Do something with these social safety net programs. Make a living for themselves. You're assuming that anybody who's poor, it's just a handout. You're not going to do anything with it. You're going to stay where you are. That's the whole reason you're there. You're broke because you don't work hard. That's so insensitive. But I honestly believe that in Laura Ingram's mind, that's how it works. That they're only making excuses. That's such a flawed and ridiculous ideology. And on top of that, you continue on with something like that, you will never win another national election. Not in this climate. That's for damn sure.